Good morning, guys. How are y'all doing today? Hope y'all are fantastic. Wanted to bring y'all into my living room for the day because we're talking about stuck emotions and stuck energies and trying to purge all of that for the end of 2019, which is just a few days away. And so if you haven't done any purging activities this year, I urge you to do so. I think that they are very beneficial. Take advantage of the full moon. I'm not sure when the next full moon is, but take advantage of it and really sit down and meditate and allow yourself to release the stuck emotions, the problems, the issues that you have with your day-to-day life. And some of the tools that I'm going to show you today are going to help you with that. I'm going to give you a book to read and a couple of tools that will help raise your vibration and get yourself to a higher level where the stuck emotions or the issues or the problems cannot attach to you anymore, cannot hold on, if you will. And so, yeah, basically, to give you an analogy of it, it's like if you were holding on to the bottom step of a helicopter and your stuck emotions is the person holding on to the bottom of the helicopter, and you are the helicopter, okay? And so as the helicopter takes off and flies upwards, raising your vibration, raising up to a higher level, the old stuck energy or emotions or problems that you are experiencing or having will get to a state where they can't hold on anymore. And that's what this exercise is about. And as you see in the image or the video, it's not an image, come on, Harrison. As you see in the video, there are two Tibetan song bowls, and we're going to use one of them for the demonstration. It's to help with the shedding of stuck energy and shedding of old emotions and problems. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty, if you will. So first off, I have a book. This is not the book that I'm going to actually link two books in the description of this video, and this is going to be one of them, and I'm going to link the other book, which is the one that I really like. I just don't have a copy because I buy them and I give them away as gifts to people to help them release any stuck or old emotions that they may have or problems. And this book and the techniques I've talked about in earlier videos and earlier blogs have really helped to release the reoccurring emotions that pop up. And so this is one of the books I'm going to link. It is called Zero Limits, and it is the secret Hawaiian system to releasing stuck emotions. You may have heard me refer to it as Ho'oponopono in the past, and it's a very good system and it works very, very well. And so essentially, let me step in front of the camera so you can see my beautiful face. And so essentially what happens is you have a reoccurring emotion or thought or issue. It could be with a person, with a job, with a relationship, anything, right? And so let's say today you go to work and your boss really gets on your nerves or really agitates you or really pisses you off or something like that. That is triggering an emotional response in you that is amplifying his or her actions in order to highlight the issue. I don't know if I explained that well enough for people to get it or not. So we'll try again. So, you go to work, your boss pisses you off, you get mad. That is an emotion. And with that emotion, it brings up feelings. And these feelings are triggered by a simple thing that your boss has done. It's not necessarily your boss, but it's stuck energy within you that is triggering the feelings to pop up. And so I know, trust me, I have an irritable boss. He does all kinds of crazy shit. And I have to do this Ho'oponopono thing all the time. It's almost on my daily regime. It's wake up, Ho'oponopono, meditate, more Ho'oponopono, more meditation, go to work. Not really, it's not that extreme, but it is pretty bad. If any of you have had a session with me, or we've gone into depths about the craziness of my boss, then you'll understand. It brings all of your crazy to a different level. Yours is way easier than mine. But everybody says that about their own stuff. And so, the Ho'oponopono, essentially, you say a set of phrases, and when you do that, you imagine. It helps if you use your imagination muscle or your third eye, or you see spiritually, or you can feel your body very well. And what you want to do is you want to repeat these words and think about the issue that you were having. And the words are, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, I thank you. And so you say those words over and over again. Each time you say them, you imagine a little piece of darkness flying out and exploding every time you say that, okay? And what happens is these little things of darkness that come out and explode are stuck emotions. And after a while, you'll see that you feel much better and you'll feel a lot lighter, all from saying a few simple words. So if you don't believe me, pick up the books. They're going to be in the link in the description below, and check them out and read them. Literally, the first time I read the Ho'oponopono book, I don't have it on me because I told you I gave it away, because that's what I do. It doesn't make good videos, but hopefully y'all will understand. Literally, the first time I read this book, I bought 14 copies and had them shipped to different people that I know all over the place, and they just randomly showed up to their house. And then they grabbed the book and started reading it, and we would talk a little bit later. I didn't really put who it was from. Some people I did, if they lived in a commercial setting, like an apartment complex, but if it was just somebody's house, I just sent it. And I sent it to a bunch of my customers, a bunch of my clients, people that I do spiritual work for. They called me for a session and we would talk and yada, yada, yada. And then I'd be like, look, you need to read this book. I believe in it so much that I'm going to send you a free copy. And so that's what I did. And I sent it to all these people and they read it and it changed their outlook on life. And so I strongly suggest you pick up a copy and read it. I don't get anything back from it. And so, it's not my book, but I am writing a book. All right, so to the elephant in the room, the 2 Tibetan song bowls. What this does and how this works to release emotions is it creates a rhythmic vibration And in doing so, depending on where you hold the bowl, like on your body, so I'll hold the bowl, holding the bowl. And so once you get it screaming and really singing and doing its thing, which takes practice and time, these are a little bit easier than those, because these are pretty durable, and those are the crystal ones, and those are very fragile. And so this one, you could accidentally, if you're sitting on the floor and you're going at it, you could accidentally drop it and it would essentially be okay. That one, if you drop it, it's not going to be okay. Not going to be good. So don't drop that one. But that's why I'm using this one. So you have the bowl, and you can, once you get it going, you can scan it up and down your body, right? It's easier to do it if you were sitting cross-legged on the floor. You can kind of like get it going and then really like resonate. Some people keep it on the floor close to like their crown or their root chakra. Whew, crown chakra? No. Close to their root chakra. And they allow it to resonate upwards and allow it to really change the vibration of their body and let the vibrations almost come up and out the top of their head. And so you can do that, and you can get it going and really singing or screaming, depending on how you want to talk about it. And it helps to release any stuck energy, stuck emotions, or anything like that. And so sometimes when I'm having a very emotional time, I will sit with one of the song bowls and I will go into a meditative state. And when I do this, I'm sitting there cross-legged on the floor with the bowl in front of me on the ground, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm meditating, bringing in gold light coming down, entering in the top of my head, going all the way down to the very bottom of my feet and back up to the top of my head. With the return flow, so it comes down, hits the bottom of my feet, comes back up to the top of my head. With the return flow, the upward flow, I imagine the energy from the bowl vibrating the returning energy. Is super the right word? No. Vibrating the returning energy to an extreme excess, to where it literally like looks like shivering water. You know, when you put like a tuning fork into water, it like vibrates a whole lot, like ripples. That's a good word. Y'all are gonna think I do all kinds of drugs, and in fact I don't do any, which is scary. I'm like this normally. Whew. And so with the ripples, it allows the energy to vibrate to a point in which the darkness cannot hold on, or the stuck emotions cannot hold on anymore. And so that helps to clear away any of the stuck emotions or old emotions or stuck energies or energies that are blocking you from connecting spiritually and really living to your best life. And so I'll get this thing singing for you so you can get a gist. I always go clockwise because that's the way that positive energy flows. And some people like to hit it to get it going, but I like to build up the energy and really allow it to sing. Really get it screaming, but you gotta go slow or else you'll get a dirty vibration. And that's that one. I'll put this one down and grab the other one. I don't know why I was whispering, but I was. Because it's like it's a big old secret. It might not work. Hang on. I feel like I'm gonna drop it. Gotta clean off the stick. I like to hold mine flat in my hands. So hand like this, kind of like barely holding it. Some people set them on the floor. Some people will put them on sections of people's bodies. It all depends on what's happening. There we go. Working on it. Give me a minute. Just taking it sweet time. Ooh. This one doesn't want to scream for us. I can't get this one going. I'll set it down because I'm afraid of dropping it. Hold on. Oh, let me get this little guy. Normally I can get it going right away. And it'll start screaming. Screaming's probably not the best word for me to use. I got it. Yeah. And so, shh. Try to talk. So that's another good way to release the stuck emotions. I don't know if you guys felt any energy rushes, but now I'm all like warm and fuzzy. You know, the fun stuff. And then the next one, I kind of have to find a prop for, because I didn't quite plan to do the next one. And so, but I keep being told to do the next one. And so I'm going to do it. Haha. Okay, so this is not my typical instrument. This is my remote for my phone, so I can start and stop videos and take pictures without reaching to the camera. And so, this is just a silly remote, but this will work. Or you can use a string with a ring, like a wedding ring or a favorite ring or some kind of piece of jewelry, something like that. Or you can actually go get a pendulum from a store. I recommend going to a holistic shop and checking out the different pendulums. Don't just buy one on Amazon because you think it looks cool, because you may buy it and it may be a piece of junk and it may not resonate with you. But when you go into the store and you got 25 to choose from, you can pick up each one and hold it and see which one you like the most. And then you can pick up the one that works best for you. And then you simply meditate with it and input your energy on it. Each one will come with a little information card of how to kind of make your energy belong to it, or its energy belong to you. Something like that. We'll go with that. But makeshift pendulum. A lot of people actually do clearings with this, or they clear emotions. I know of a bunch of psychic people from Canada, California, New Jersey, and I think one in Florida, that use the pendulum to read or do psychic clearings or removal of emotions or different things like that. And so the technique I'm going to show you is kind of simple. In fact, I'm going to stop the video and change locations. I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. We have my makeshift pendulum, the remote that operates that camera. We have a piece of paper, or you can use a dry erase board, or you can use anything you like. And we have, a writing utensil right here. Okay, so like I just said earlier in the video, you know, my boss is a little nutso. And so we're going to use my boss as an example for this. But if we're being 100% technical, I actually have two bosses. I have 3 jobs. And so here we are. We're going to write down old boss, because that's the one I've been with for 7 years. Who's a little shaky at times. And so we will write down old boss. Can you read that? Do I need to make it bigger? Is it backwards? Whatever. And we will circle it. Okay. So in this case, what you would do is you would take your pendulum and you would write down on a sheet of paper what it is that you're having a problem with. Could be your boss, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, your kids, your neighbor, anything that is bringing up these emotions, bringing up these issues, bringing up these problems. Okay, and so if in fact you are using a piece of jewelry or a remote for a camera or anything like that, the key is to get your energy on it in order for it to read you. Okay, so take your little remote, pendulum, whatever you want to call it, put it in both of your hands. Look at my pretty hands. I could be a hand model. I really could. So you take it, put it in your hands, you cup it, and you imagine gold light filling up your hands. But the gold light is flowing through, you can only see one of my arms, flowing through my arm into my hand, filling up the object with my energy. We good? Cool. Got it. Now, that same basic principle that you're going to do whenever you have your pendulum that you buy at a store, you can also use like a car key on a string. It doesn't matter really what it is. But you take it, and some people will hold it still and let it do its thing. Some people will bring it in with a rock, like bring it in like this and let it rock and do its thing. Some people will just, I don't know. Everybody's different. So you got to play with it and you got to make sure it works for you. The key with me is I got to keep this little string centered on that little loop. Otherwise it gets crooked. There, that's centered. And so we just do like this and we watch it flow. We watch where it goes. I've seen some people put like a good over here or a bad over there. And so it really just depends. What my go-to is I watch how it spins. And so it spins, I don't know if you can see this. If it spins clockwise, it's good. If it spins counterclockwise, it's bad. And so that's kind of the go-to that I do. And so the key is to try to keep yourself as stationary as possible, which is hard for me while I'm talking. And so it's not really doing anything, as you see. But we can change that, okay? I did see it spinning a little bit negative. I don't know if you could pick that up in the video. And I may grab another utensil if I can reach it. Remember I said we could use a key? Well, I got a key on a string. Can you see all that? All right, look at that. You see it all. Fill it up. Let's see if we can get this thing really going in the right direction. Put positive, loving energy into the keys on the string. There. And now we got the string with some keys. Okay, so, damn, that string is long. So we bring it in like this. It's got a good swing to it. And there it is, spinning negative. I guess I needed a longer string. Okay, so negative on the boss. I don't know if you can see all of that. Could you see all of it? Damn, I need to go up higher. I don't know if the little thing will go higher. Might have to go to the floor. Because I don't want people being like, oh, you're cheating. I'm not cheating, I promise. Can you see it now? No. See it now? Nope. Bear with me, guys. There we go. It's the same thing. Every time you ask a question, we'll change the question. We'll go to new boss. Actually, we'll go new job. There. Instead of new boss, we'll go new job, which I am working on landing. So we bring it in and it spins clockwise. Okay. Old boss. Bring it in, get it spinning, or get it swinging. Okay, so you saw it spin positive with the new job. You saw it spin negative with the old boss. Now you're going to take both hands on your sheet of paper and you're going to project love at whatever it is. Could be your boyfriend, girlfriend, kids, family, boss, so on and so forth, dog, cat, whatever it is. Project love and light. And you're projecting it at the person at the emotions that they are making you feel, and you're also projecting it at yourself. And so let's just say it's wife. Okay, wife is bringing up those emotions that are causing you problems. So wife, heartache, and you. And so you're going to project light at this, filling up this bubble with all of your loving and positive energy. Okay? So projecting love at my boss and all of the emotions that he causes me to feel, or all of the emotions that he brings out in myself. And we pick up our little pendulum keys, fancy keys, and then, like I said, we bring it in and we see which way it goes. And we kind of got started off positive, then it got dirty towards the end. You got to have a clear mind, and you got to think of the person with love. There. And so you guys can do this with anything, with everything. Clearly, keys and a remote are kind of rough things. Oh, we can do the job again. We know which way it's going to spin. I just project more love at it. More positivity. I see myself sitting there, getting the job, landing it. Big old smile on my face. Bring the pendulum in. And sometimes the more rapidly, I'm just going to spin it for the sake, the more rapidly it spins, right? Like, I mean, that's like a crazy spin. The more energy is in it. And so when we were at my boss and it was kind of like spinning just a little bit, you know, like that, there wasn't that much energy in it. Meaning that it's part of my past, and so I'm moving through it. And so my new job is part of my future, and as you saw when I did it before, it kind of had a decent swing on it, something a little bit like that, which is really good. And so it with the elaboration of the swing, it tells you if it's good or bad, or how much energy it possesses. And so those are 3 little tricks to help you shed off old stuck emotions, old problems, old issues. And the other thing I can tell you to do is just sit down and meditate and be one with yourself. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to be somebody else or to be the person that somebody else wants you to be. It's important to be you. You were put here on this earth to be you, not to be your brother, not to be your sister, not to be your mother or father, but you were put here to be you. And so do what makes you happy. Follow your dreams, follow your wants and be good. I hope this helps. I hope you guys get a little bit of an idea of how to, I guess, help yourself, or not a little bit, but like a lot. And yeah, I hope this helped. I'm sorry I used so many different props and had some issues with a few things, but it's all part of making the video, making it happen for you guys. So I hope y'all learned something. And if you need any help, do not hesitate to email me or shoot me a text or give me a call. I'm happy to help anytime. I love you guys, and I hope y'all have an amazing week. Talk to you soon. Bye.